Night after night, millions of people are pulled out of deep sleep by the same frustrating problem. One trip to the bathroom turns into two, two turns into three. Before long, a full night's rest feels impossible. Many people accept it as a normal part of aging, but that belief may be keeping them stuck in a cycle that quietly steals their energy, affects their mood, and leaves them feeling exhausted the next day. What makes this even more surprising is that in many cases, the real cause is not what most people think. A simple habit that happens just before bedtime could be making the problem worse without anyone realizing it. The good news is that there may be an easy way to help reduce those nighttime bathroom trips, and it takes only a few minutes. Today, we're going to uncover a simple 3-minute bedtime routine that many people have never heard about. It is quick, practical, and can be done starting tonight. But that's only part of the story. Throughout this video, you'll also discover why your body may be producing more urine at night, why certain evening habits can secretly work against you, and why some people keep waking up even when they stop drinking water before bed. One of the most overlooked facts about nighttime urination is that the bladder is not always the main problem. In some cases, the issue begins hours earlier during the day. Small choices involving fluids, caffeine, movement, and even the way your body stores fluid can influence what happens after you fall asleep. Understanding these hidden connections can completely change the way you think about nighttime bathroom trips. We'll also reveal a common mistake many people make every evening without realizing the effect it has on their sleep. Then we'll walk through the simple bedtime hack step by step so you can try it yourself. And be sure to stay with us until the end, because we'll share several bonus tips that can improve your results and help you enjoy longer, more restful sleep. We'll also discuss when frequent nighttime urination could be a sign that it's time to pay closer attention to your health. A better night's sleep may be closer than you think, and some of the information you're about to hear could change a habit you followed for years. So settle in and watch until the end to get the complete picture and avoid missing the tips that many viewers find the most helpful. Welcome to the channel, where we share simple and practical health advice to help you stay active, informed, and healthy as you age. If you're new here, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest health and wellness videos. Many people assume that waking up several times during the night to use the bathroom means there must be something wrong with the bladder itself. Sometimes that is true, but very often the story begins long before bedtime. The habits followed throughout the day can quietly set the stage for what happens during the night. Understanding these habits is important because once you know what is causing the problem, it becomes much easier to take steps that may help reduce those unwanted trips to the bathroom. One of the most common reasons people wake up to urinate at night is surprisingly simple. They drink too much fluid too late in the day. Life gets busy. Many people spend hours working, running errands, taking care of family responsibilities, or simply forgetting to drink enough water during the morning and afternoon. Then evening arrives, and they suddenly realize they have not had enough fluids. To make up for it, they start drinking large glasses of water after dinner. Some may keep a bottle beside them while watching television. Others may drink several cups of tea before bed because it feels relaxing. While staying hydrated is important, the timing matters more than many people realize. Your kidneys work around the clock. Their job is to filter waste and extra fluid from the blood. When a large amount of fluid enters the body during the evening, the kidneys continue doing their job. They cannot simply pause until morning. The extra fluid eventually becomes urine, and the bladder begins to fill. As the bladder stretches, signals are sent to the brain. Those signals become stronger as more urine collects. Eventually, even deep sleep may not be enough to ignore the message. The result is a trip to the bathroom when you would rather be sleeping. This creates a cycle that many people know very well. They wake up once and return to bed. Then they wake up again a few hours later. Every interruption breaks the natural sleep pattern. Even if they fall asleep quickly afterward, the quality of rest may not be the same. Some people wake up feeling tired despite spending enough hours in bed. Others notice lower energy levels during the day. They may feel less focused, less patient, and less refreshed. Often they blame age, stress, or a busy schedule when nighttime bathroom trips are playing a bigger role than they realize. Another important factor involves the types of drinks consumed later in the day. Not all beverages affect the body in the same way. Caffeine is one of the most common examples. Many people enjoy coffee in the afternoon or evening without realizing how long its effects can last. Caffeine does more than help people feel alert. It can also encourage the body to produce more urine. In addition, it may irritate the bladder in some individuals. This combination can increase the likelihood of nighttime bathroom visits. The same concern applies to certain teas, energy drinks, and soft drinks that contain caffeine. Some people are more sensitive than others. A beverage consumed in the late afternoon may still affect sleep hours later. This is why two people can follow similar routines and experience very different results. One person may sleep through the night, while another wakes up several times. Alcohol can create similar challenges. Many people enjoy a drink during the evening because it seems relaxing. At first, it may even make them feel sleepy. However, alcohol can increase urine production. As a result, the bladder may fill more quickly during the night. Some people also find that alcohol disrupts sleep quality, making it easier to wake up when the bladder sends signals to the brain. This creates a double effect. The bladder fills faster, and sleep becomes lighter. What surprises many people is that the bladder is not always responding to fluids that were recently consumed. In some cases, the fluid causing nighttime urination has been sitting elsewhere in the body for hours. This brings us to a lesser-known reason for nocturia that many people have never heard about. Throughout the day, gravity constantly pulls fluid downward. If you spend long periods sitting or standing, small amounts of fluid can collect in the lower legs and feet. This is especially common in older adults. Some people notice their socks leaving marks around the ankles. Others notice mild swelling by the evening. Many simply ignore it because it seems normal. But the body has an interesting way of handling this fluid. During the day, gravity helps keep some of it in the lower parts of the body. At night, everything changes. When you lie down in bed, gravity no longer pulls fluid toward the feet in the same way. The fluid begins moving back into circulation. The kidneys then filter it, and much of it eventually becomes urine. This means a person may stop drinking fluids hours before bedtime and still wake up needing to urinate. The reason is not necessarily what they drank. The reason may be the fluid that accumulated in their legs during the day. This hidden process surprises many people because it happens quietly and without obvious signs. Understanding this connection helps explain why some traditional advice does not always work. A person may reduce evening fluids and still wake up several times. They may feel frustrated because they followed the rules but saw little improvement. The missing piece of the puzzle could be fluid redistribution from the legs. And this leads directly to a simple bedtime strategy that targets one of the most overlooked causes of nighttime urination. The first step takes only a few minutes. Before going to bed, try raising your legs above the level of your heart for about 3 minutes. This can be done comfortably while lying down. The goal is not intense exercise or stretching. The goal is simply to encourage fluid that has collected in the lower legs to move back into circulation before sleep rather than after sleep begins. Many people underestimate how powerful timing can be. If that fluid returns to circulation while you are still awake, the body has an opportunity to process it earlier. Instead of waking you during the middle of the night, some of that extra fluid may be handled before you even get into bed. The second step is straightforward. After elevating the legs, go to the bathroom and empty your bladder. Do not rush through the process. Give your body time. Many people hurry because they are eager to get into bed, but taking a little extra time may help the bladder empty more completely. The third step is a technique that many people have never heard of. After using the bathroom, wait briefly. It may be a minute or two, then try again. This method is often called double voiding. The idea is simple. Sometimes a small amount of urine remains in the bladder after the first attempt. Waiting briefly and trying a second time may help remove some of that remaining urine. This does not mean forcing or straining. The process should remain comfortable and natural. The goal is simply to give the bladder another opportunity to empty more completely before sleep begins. For some people, this small adjustment can make a noticeable difference. What makes this bedtime routine appealing is its simplicity. It requires no expensive equipment. It takes only a few minutes, and it addresses factors that many people never consider when trying to improve nighttime sleep. Of course, This routine works best when combined with other healthy habits. Small adjustments throughout the day can support the same goal and help reduce the chances of waking up repeatedly during the night. One of the most effective habits is paying attention to fluid timing. Rather than drinking most fluids during the evening, try spreading hydration more evenly throughout the day. When the body receives water consistently from morning through afternoon, there is often less need to catch up after dinner. This simple shift can reduce the amount of fluid the kidneys need to process during sleeping hours. Before moving on, there is one important point that cannot be ignored. While nighttime urination is often connected to everyday habits, it is not always just a simple bladder issue. Sometimes it can be the body's way of signaling that something else deserves attention. This is why it is important to look at the bigger picture. If you've tried improving your evening routine, adjusted your fluid intake, and still find yourself waking up several times every night, it may be worth looking beyond the bladder itself. One possible reason is diabetes. Many people are surprised to learn that frequent urination can be one of the earliest warning signs. When blood sugar levels become too high, the body works harder to remove excess sugar through the urine. To do this, it pulls more water into the urine, which can increase the need to urinate both during the day and at night. Some people notice that they feel unusually thirsty at the same time. They may find themselves drinking more water than usual without understanding why. Then they begin waking up repeatedly during the night to use the bathroom. Because these changes often happen gradually, they can be easy to overlook. For men, another common cause is an enlarged prostate. The prostate gland naturally changes with age. As it grows larger, it can place pressure on the urethra, the tube that carries urine out of the body. This can make it more difficult for the bladder to empty completely. As a result, a person may feel the need to urinate more often, even when only a small amount of urine is present. Some men notice a weaker urine stream. Others find themselves standing in the bathroom, waiting longer for urination to begin. Some may finish, walk away, and then feel the urge to go again shortly afterward. These changes often become more noticeable at night, when the body is quiet and there are fewer distractions. Another condition that often goes unnoticed is sleep apnea. Many people think of sleep apnea as a breathing problem, but it can also affect nighttime urination. During sleep apnea, breathing repeatedly stops and starts throughout the night. These interruptions place stress on the body and can trigger changes in hormone levels that influence urine production. As a result, some people wake up frequently believing their bladder is the problem when poor sleep and breathing interruptions may be playing a significant role. Loud snoring, waking up tired despite spending enough time in bed, morning headaches, and daytime sleepiness can all be clues that sleep apnea may be involved. An overactive bladder is another possibility. In this condition, the bladder muscle becomes overly sensitive and sends signals to the brain even when the bladder is not very full. This can create sudden urges to urinate that are difficult to ignore. Some people feel as though they must rush to the bathroom immediately. Others find themselves making frequent trips throughout the day and night. The bladder may simply be communicating too often, creating urges that interrupt normal sleep patterns. Medications can also play a role. This is an area that many people never consider. Certain medications are designed to help the body remove excess fluid. These medications are commonly prescribed for conditions such as high blood pressure, swelling, or heart-related issues. If taken later in the day, they may increase urine production during sleeping hours. Even medications that do not directly affect the bladder can sometimes influence sleep quality or fluid balance in ways that contribute to nighttime urination. This is why it can be helpful to review medications with a healthcare professional if frequent nighttime urination becomes a persistent problem. The kidneys themselves can also be involved. These organs perform the important task of filtering waste and managing fluid levels in the body. When kidney function changes, urination patterns may change as well. In some cases, the kidneys may produce more urine than expected during the night. This does not automatically mean a serious problem exists, but it is one reason why persistent nocturia should not always be dismissed as a normal part of getting older. Heart health can influence nighttime urination, too. The heart and circulatory system play a major role in managing how fluids move throughout the body. When circulation is affected, fluid may accumulate in different areas, especially the lower legs and feet. As discussed earlier, that fluid often returns to circulation when a person lies down. The kidneys then process it, leading to increased urine production during the night. For some individuals, swelling in the ankles, shortness of breath, unusual fatigue, and frequent nighttime urination may be connected pieces of the same puzzle. This is why paying attention to patterns matters. An occasional nighttime bathroom trip is usually not a reason for alarm, but a sudden change deserves attention. If someone who normally sleeps through the night suddenly begins waking up multiple times every night, the body may be trying to communicate that something has changed. The same is true when nighttime urination becomes more frequent over a short period of time. Certain symptoms should never be ignored. Pain during urination is one of them. Urination should not be painful. Discomfort, burning, or stinging sensations can sometimes point to infections or other conditions that require medical evaluation. Blood in the urine is another symptom that should always be taken seriously. Even a small amount deserves attention from a healthcare professional. Excessive thirst can also be an important clue. If you constantly feel thirsty and find yourself drinking much more water than usual, especially when combined with frequent urination, it is worth discussing with a healthcare provider. Sudden changes in urine color, urine volume, urinary urgency, or the ability to control urination are additional signs that should not be ignored. Many people spend months or even years assuming frequent nighttime urination is simply a normal part of aging. Sometimes that assumption delays answers that could improve both health and quality of life. Paying attention to what the body is saying is not about becoming worried. It is about staying informed. The earlier underlying issues are recognized, the sooner appropriate steps can be taken. And while many cases of nocturia are linked to everyday habits that can be improved at home, understanding when to seek professional guidance is just as important as knowing the practical tips that may help reduce nighttime bathroom trips. Waking up to pee every night can be frustrating. It breaks your sleep, leaves you feeling tired the next day, and can slowly become a habit that feels impossible to change. But the good news is that in many cases, improvement starts with small and simple actions. A few minutes of preparation before bed, better timing of your fluids, less caffeine late in the day, and a few smarter bladder habits. These may seem like minor changes, but together they can make a real difference over time. The most important thing is consistency. One night may not change everything, but giving your body the right support night after night can help you sleep longer, rest better, and wake up feeling more refreshed in the morning. And remember, if your symptoms are persistent, severe, or suddenly getting worse, don't ignore them. Paying attention to those warning signs can be just as important as following healthy habits. Now, we'd love to hear from you. How many times do you usually wake up to pee during the night? Is it once, twice, 3 times, or even more? Share your age and your answer in the comments below. Your experience may help someone else who is dealing with the same problem. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to give it a like. It helps more people discover these health tips and supports the channel. And don't forget to share this video with a friend, family member, or loved one who struggles with nighttime bathroom trips and poor sleep. They might be just one simple habit away from a better night's rest. For more easy-to-follow health tips, practical wellness advice, and healthy aging strategies, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, take care of yourself, and we'll see you in the next video.